Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to radiate light, living their lives with unwavering compassion, kindness, and a deep sense of fulfillment? What if the secret to leading a brighter, more meaningful life lies not in seeking personal gain, but in dedicating ourselves to the well-being of others? Today, we will explore the transformative path of the Bodhisattva, a journey of selflessness and compassion that has the power to illuminate not just your life but the lives of those around you. In this video, we will dive deep into the Bodhisattva ideal, a path that teaches us to cultivate compassion, wisdom, and selfless service. Through this path, we can break free from the confines of ego and attachment, and step into a life of greater peace, purpose, and connection with the world around us. We will explore why choosing the Bodhisattva path can be the key to a brighter future, and how it can transform both our inner world and the world at large. What is the path of the Bodhisattva? The Bodhisattva path, rooted in Mahayana Buddhism, represents the ideal of someone who seeks enlightenment, not for their own benefit, but for the benefit of all sentient beings. A Bodhisattva is a being who has made a vow to remain in the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth samsara, until all beings have been liberated. This selfless commitment is the foundation of the Bodhisattva path, which focuses on cultivating compassion, wisdom, and the desire to serve others. Why would anyone choose such a path? It's because the Bodhisattva understands that true liberation and fulfillment cannot be achieved in isolation. The Bodhisattva recognizes that all beings are interconnected, and that true peace and enlightenment are found not through self-centeredness, but through serving others and helping them find liberation. The Bodhisattva path teaches us that it is through selflessness and compassion that we experience the fullness of life. Master Ingguan's teachings emphasize that the Bodhisattva path is not just a spiritual ideal, but a practical way of life. It calls us to look beyond our individual desires and to see the collective needs of humanity. By walking this path, we shift our focus from self-interest to the welfare of others, and in doing so, we create a life that is both deeply meaningful and deeply fulfilling. Compassion, the heart of the Bodhisattva path. At the core of the Bodhisattva path is compassion. Compassion is not simply a feeling, it is a deep and active desire to relieve the suffering of others. Master Ingguan often emphasized that true compassion goes beyond sympathy, it involves action. A Bodhisattva does not merely feel pity for the suffering of others, but actively works to alleviate that suffering, often at great personal cost. Master Ingguan taught that compassion is not limited to acts of charity or helping those in need. True compassion extends to every interaction, every moment. It involves understanding the suffering of others and responding with empathy, kindness, and a desire to help. Compassion, in this sense, is a state of being that permeates all aspects of life. It influences our words, our actions, and our decisions. When we live with compassion, we create a ripple effect that not only transforms our own lives, but also brings healing and peace to those around us. The Bodhisattva path asks us to expand our circle of compassion beyond our immediate family and friends. It encourages us to cultivate love and kindness for all beings, regardless of their background, beliefs, or circumstances. This radical compassion is what makes the Bodhisattva path so transformative. By embracing it, we not only help others, but also open our hearts to the universal truths of interconnection and unity. Selflessness and service, moving beyond the ego. One of the most challenging aspects of the Bodhisattva path is the practice of selflessness. The Bodhisattva's goal is to transcend the ego, the part of us that is concerned with personal gain, status, and security. Selflessness does not mean neglecting our own needs or abandoning self-care. Rather, it means letting go of the attachment to our personal desires and the illusion of separateness. When we move beyond the ego, we begin to see that our true happiness is intimately connected with the happiness of others. Master Ingguang often spoke of the need to let go of the ego's grip in order to experience true freedom and peace. The ego keeps us trapped in a cycle of desire, fear, and attachment. We constantly seek more success, more wealth, or recognition, believing that these things will bring us lasting happiness. However, as Master Ingguang taught, true contentment is found not in accumulation, but in service. It is in giving of ourselves, in living for the benefit of others, that we experience true joy and fulfillment. The Bodhisattva path teaches that by serving others, we free ourselves from the limitations of the ego. We begin to see that our lives are not isolated but interconnected with all beings. The more we serve others, the more we open ourselves to the possibility of a deeper, more meaningful existence. The role of wisdom in the Bodhisattva path. While compassion and selflessness are at the heart of the Bodhisattva path, wisdom is the guiding light that illuminates the way. Wisdom in this context is not simply intellectual knowledge, but a deep understanding of the nature of reality. It is the ability to see the world as it truly is, not through the lens of attachment, aversion, or ignorance, but with clarity, insight, and equanimity. Master Ingguang emphasized that wisdom is essential for the Bodhisattva's journey. Without wisdom, compassion can become blind and misguided, and selflessness can lead to burnout or resentment. Wisdom helps the Bodhisattva discern how best to help others and navigate the complexities of life. It teaches us to see the impermanence of all things and to act in ways that are in harmony with the natural order of the universe. Wisdom also allows us to embrace the challenges and suffering of life with equanimity. Rather than avoiding pain or seeking to escape hardship, the Bodhisattva sees these experiences as opportunities for growth and transformation. Through wisdom, we come to understand that suffering is not an obstacle, but an essential part of the path to enlightenment. By accepting and embracing suffering with compassion, we transcend it, transforming our pain into wisdom and our suffering into service. The practice of mindfulness on the Bodhisattva path. One of the most important practices on the Bodhisattva path is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present in each moment, to observe our thoughts and feelings without attachment or judgment. It is through mindfulness that we become aware of the subtle ways in which we are driven by our desires, fears, and attachments. Master Ingguang taught that mindfulness is a powerful tool for cultivating awareness and clarity, allowing us to make conscious decisions that are aligned with our highest good. Mindfulness helps the Bodhisattva to remain present with others, to listen deeply, and to respond with empathy and wisdom. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to the needs of those around us, and we can respond with compassion rather than react out of habit or emotion. Mindfulness also allows us to remain grounded in our purpose, even in the face of difficulty or distraction. By cultivating mindfulness, we strengthen our connection to the present moment and become more capable of embodying the values of the Bodhisattva path in our daily lives. The Bodhisattva path and the transformative power of love. At its core, the Bodhisattva path is a path of love for ourselves, love for others, and love for the world. Master Ingguang taught that true love is unconditional and boundless. It is not limited by circumstance, attachment, or expectation. Love is the force that unites all beings and transcends the barriers of ego and separation. When we walk the Bodhisattva path, we are called to embody this love in every moment, radiating kindness and compassion to all. This love is not passive but active. It compels us to take action to alleviate suffering and bring peace to the world. It inspires us to serve others without expectation of reward, to help those in need, and to contribute to the greater good. The transformative power of love is what makes the Bodhisattva path so powerful. It is the force that heals, nurtures, and uplifts us. By embracing this love, we align ourselves with the highest values of compassion, wisdom, and selflessness. As we continue to explore the profound teachings of the Bodhisattva path, it becomes clear that the journey towards enlightenment is not just a personal one, but a collective endeavor. It is through the cultivation of compassion, wisdom, and selflessness that we align ourselves with the true nature of existence. Master Indwan's teachings remind us that the path of the Bodhisattva is not only about seeking personal liberation, but about lifting others along the way. The brighter future we seek is not found in isolation, but in the deep interconnectedness of all beings. This path is one of boundless love, and the more we embrace it, the more light we bring into the world. Embodying compassion, the active practice of love. Compassion is the foundational pillar of the Bodhisattva path. However, compassion is not merely an abstract concept or a passive feeling. It is an active practice, a call to action that requires us to engage with the world in ways that alleviate suffering and promote the well-being of others. Master Indwan emphasized that compassion is not about waiting for others to change or for circumstances to improve, but about actively cultivating a mindset of care, concern, and love, regardless of external conditions. Every moment offers an opportunity to practice compassion. It can be as simple as offering a smile to a stranger, listening attentively to someone in need, or lending a helping hand to someone in distress. Each act, no matter how small, adds to the collective good and contributes to the healing of the world. Master Indwan taught that the essence of the Buddhist compassion is in its boundless nature. True compassion does not have conditions, nor does it discriminate. It extends to all beings, regardless of their background, actions, or circumstances. Through the practice of compassion, we learn to see beyond the surface and into the heart of others. We begin to recognize that everyone is carrying their own burdens, and that each person, regardless of their behavior, is deserving of love, kindness, and understanding. This deep empathy allows us to connect with others in a meaningful way, creating a sense of unity and interconnectedness. Master Indwan's wisdom reminds us that by embodying compassion in our actions, we are not only helping others but also nourishing our own souls, creating a life of fulfillment and peace. Selflessness, letting go of the ego for a greater purpose. One of the most transformative aspects of the Bodhisattva path is selflessness. Selflessness is not about neglecting our own needs or abandoning our own well-being. It is about recognizing that our happiness is intrinsically tied to the happiness of others. When we let go of the ego and the desire for personal gain, we open ourselves to a more profound and lasting sense of joy. Master Indwan emphasized that the ego, which seeks to separate us from others and protect our own interests, is the root cause of much suffering. When we transcend the ego, we begin to see the interconnectedness of all beings and recognize that our lives are not separate from the world around us. Selflessness is the foundation of the Buddhist's commitment to helping others. Rather than acting out of self-interest, the Bodhisattva chooses to dedicate their life to the service of others, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from giving rather than receiving. This selfless mindset transforms our relationships, our work, and our daily interactions, as we begin to act from a place of love and care, rather than from fear, greed, or insecurity. Master Indwan taught that selflessness does not require grand gestures. It can be practiced in everyday actions. A selfless person is someone who acts with kindness, humility, and generosity, without expecting anything in return. Selflessness is not about sacrificing our own happiness, but about shifting our focus from personal desires to the well-being of others. When we live with selflessness, we create a ripple effect that spreads kindness, compassion, and peace throughout the world. This is the essence of the Bodhisattva path, living not for ourselves, but for the benefit of all sentient beings. Wisdom, the guiding light of the Bodhisattva path. While compassion and selflessness are essential components of the Bodhisattva path, wisdom is the guiding light that helps us navigate the complexities of life. Wisdom allows us to see things as they truly are, free from the distortions created by our attachments, fears, and desires. Master Qigong taught that true wisdom is not simply intellectual knowledge, but a deep understanding of the nature of reality, the impermanence of all things, and the interdependence of all beings. Wisdom enables us to act in ways that are aligned with our higher purpose and the greater good. It helps us recognize that suffering is a natural part of life, and that our ability to respond to suffering with compassion and clarity is what allows us to transform pain into wisdom. The Buddhist wisdom is not limited to intellectual knowledge. It is a deep, experiential understanding that comes from living in harmony with the world and embracing the interconnectedness of all beings. Master Qigong often spoke of the importance of cultivating inner wisdom through mindfulness and meditation. These practices allow us to quiet the noise of the mind and connect with the deeper truths of our being. Through mindfulness, we develop the clarity to make decisions that are aligned with our values and to respond to life's challenges with equanimity and grace. Wisdom also enables us to discern the best way to serve others, helping us to act with discernment and kindness in every situation. The power of meditation and mindfulness on the Bodhisattva path. One of the most powerful tools for cultivating the qualities of the Bodhisattva is mindfulness and meditation. Master Qigong emphasized the importance of developing a regular meditation practice as a way to cultivate awareness, clarity, and compassion. Meditation helps us to calm the mind, let go of distractions, and connect with the present moment. Through mindfulness, we become more attuned to our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, allowing us to act with greater wisdom and compassion. Meditation and mindfulness also help us to develop the capacity for non-attachment. When we let go of our attachment to outcomes, expectations, and personal desires, we create the space for true freedom. Master Qigong taught that non-attachment is not about indifference or detachment, but about releasing the need to control and allowing life to unfold naturally. Through mindfulness, we learn to accept life as it is, with all its beauty and impermanence, and to approach each moment with an open heart. By incorporating mindfulness and meditation into our daily lives, we deepen our connection with the Bodhisattva path. These practices not only help us cultivate inner peace, but also enable us to bring more awareness, love, and kindness into our interactions with others. Through meditation, we can transform our minds and hearts, making them vessels for compassion, wisdom, and selflessness. The Bodhisattva path and social responsibility. The Bodhisattva path is not just a personal journey, but a call to action for social responsibility. Master Qigong taught that true compassion extends beyond individual interactions and encompasses the welfare of society as a whole. A Bodhisattva does not live in isolation. They engage with the world and work toward the betterment of all beings, particularly those who are suffering or marginalized. This includes addressing systemic issues such as poverty, inequality, and injustice. The Bodhisattva path encourages us to act with social responsibility, recognizing that the well-being of others is intimately connected with our own. It teaches us that we cannot find true happiness in a society that is suffering, and that our duty is to alleviate the suffering of others wherever we can. This commitment to social responsibility requires us to act with wisdom and compassion, engaging in work that serves the greater good and contributes to the healing of society. Master Qigong's teachings remind us that social responsibility is not limited to grand political movements or large-scale charity work. It can also be reflected in our everyday actions. Small acts of kindness, such as helping a neighbor or supporting a cause we believe in, are all part of the Bodhisattva's commitment to creating a better world. Every choice we make, no matter how small, contributes to the collective healing of humanity. Conclusion: walking the path of the Bodhisattva for a transformative life. In conclusion, the path of the Bodhisattva is the key to a brighter, more meaningful future. It is a path of compassion, selflessness, and wisdom that transforms not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. Master Lin Guan's teachings remind us that the true essence of life lies not in seeking personal gain, but in serving others and living with a deep sense of love and connection. By walking the Bodhisattva path, we cultivate the qualities that led to a life of fulfillment, peace, and purpose. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that Master Lin Guan's wisdom on the Bodhisattva path has inspired you to reflect on how you can embody these principles in your own life. Please share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on how to live a compassionate, meaningful, and transformative life. Take care, and remember, the path of the Bodhisattva leads to a brighter future, not just for ourselves but for all beings.